There are three cryptocurrencies that I'm focused on right now that I bought a ton of over the last week and that I think would do exceedingly well over the next couple of months. To not waste any of you guys' time, these coins are XRP, XLM, and QNT. If you guys have paid attention to the markets over the last couple of weeks, you'd also notice that these are coins that have performed exceedingly well in the entire market. Even as of this point, Quant is the best performer in the entire top 100. And yesterday, XLM was number 1, XRP was number 2, and Quant was number 3. And in my own opinion, it's for a very good reason that these coins are at the top. Now, to give you guys a little story about XRP, I'll do a little story about XRP, XLM, and Quant, but to start out with XRP, we've seen it mentioned by a lot of these central banks that whatever Ripple is providing here, partially through XRP, is just juicy. But to come to terms on the easier parts, we got the lawsuit that they'll most likely win. Even Charles Hoskinson from Cardano has basically changed his mind and said Cardano found it clear on Ripple case. XRP is a commodity like Ethereum, ADA, and Bitcoin. Hoskinson insists that most layer 1 protocols, including Ripple, XRP, of course this is XRP/XP Ledger, not Ripple, aren't securities, and if the Ripple ecosystem, which again, in this case they mean XRP Ledger, I believe, or the XRP ecosystem in that sense. Ripple is a private company. The XRP Ledger is the XRP Ledger. To some degree, it's very annoying when people do this. To another degree, it's just ignorance. And it is also because at some point in the past, these two things were called one and the same by most people. To not stray away from the facts too much though, I personally think they're going to win the lawsuit. The majority of people think they're going to win the lawsuit. And that's easily a upper for the price. And why am I saying that? Well, the XRP price already went to $3.80 at some point in 2018, January 5th or 4th. Ethereum got to roughly, what is it now, $1,400 at that point, and Bitcoin got to roughly $20,000. If we then look back at it, okay, Ethereum went, let's say, to $4,000. Bitcoin went, let's say, to $60,000. Most of these top coins went 3x their 2017-18 all-time high. If we then portray that upon XRP, well, just besides the loss, I personally think if they hadn't been sued, they would have had the multiplier that the other coins would have had as well, which would mean that XRP went from this $3-4 level times 3 to, let's say, roughly around $12. The lawsuit, however, came in when the majority of coins were starting to go on a crazy uptrend. And so I think that's what kind of kept it down. And I think that the moment that this is settled, that it's going to continue on with the rise, and it's going to take a lot of other coins with it as well, but it will outperform the masses. Then, of course, we have the exchange for listings, but that brings me to our second coin, which is XLM. XLM, in my own opinion, is pretty undervalued. We're not only talking here about undervalued though, because there are many coins which I think are amazing. One of those being IOTA, one of those being Polygon, and we can go on like this for a little while with XDC, maybe even Algorand, even though Algorand is a little bit more questionable. But in regards to XLM, there's just a very ridiculously high probability that if XRP does succeed, XLM will do so as well. Now, before we move on, I want you guys all to press the like button on this video. It is greatly appreciated. And if you're looking for an exchange to buy these cryptos on, I'll leave a couple of my own personal used ones, I guess, down below in the description. You can check them out if you also want to trade crypto. And again, remember guys, there's always going to be bonuses. So if there's a link down below, there will be some sort of bonus that you can use to potentially make more money with. XLM, as I said, will most likely gain a lot of traction the moment that this Ripple lawsuit is over, because XLM is basically like XRP's little brother. Now, XLM has recently been in the news quite a significant amount because of their own performance, which is probably why it was doing extra good over the last couple of days. Stellar Lumen's huge upgrade offers free XLM to earn and new NFTs to achieve. Stellar Quest Learn to reward those who complete quest levels with XLM and NFT badges. The team introduces Pioneer Quests and establishes compulsory wallet setup. But yeah, that is pretty cool. Stellar investors may be in the mood to celebrate thanks to this XLM update, and even Lunar Crush said, hey, XLM and XRP are moving up together, and their Lunar Crush alt rank scores are maintaining low, bullish levels. XLM was actually mentioned here as the top, or at least one of the top 5 bullish trends on per pairs. And hey, look at that. Your boy is also in this article right here. What? 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 No way. You can't do this to me. The one time I get mentioned in an article, the one time they mess up the name. Really? Was it that hard? Who's Dust to BC? What is happening here? Why? 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 I finally got my 6 seconds of fame, and they decided to ruin that for me. Okay. Having said that, I think XLM will do pretty well following XRP. On its own, I could also say, well, yeah, as a stablecoin platform, or really as a platform, they have some potential. As you guys might know, USDC on Stellar is pretty popular, and I think Stellar might actually pop off a lot more as a stablecoin platformer over the next couple of years. But in terms of actual crazy bullish rushes, I think the whole lawsuit regarding XRP will be the most bullish factor. But as I said before, I think that will turn out bullish, so that's why I'm excited about it. The next one on the list, as I said before, was Quant, QNT. This is what comes next for Quant as it achieves a new 6-month high. It's interesting to me sometimes how these cryptos are doing so exceedingly well in times where Bitcoin is doing so bad, right? Take a look at Twitter. Central bank digital currencies could improve our global payments infrastructure and support financial inclusion, but they need to be properly configured and implemented, writes G. Verdian in Risk Regulator. If you're wondering who this is the CEO of Quant, by the way. And honestly, all these things kind of tie back together. We talked before about how Quant is the network of networks, but it's interesting to me how they're also looking more towards that central bank direction. So to paraphrase or rephrase, Quant on its own network of networks, always a pretty cool concept, cool idea. It's been doing really well. But the recent shift towards focusing more on CBDCs, plus us noticing this shift in the necessity or the push in CBDCs, well, that's another very bullish factor. We said before about how all these ISO cryptos have a very bullish narrative recently because of all developments in traditional finance. But coins like XDC, XRP, QNT, XLM, IOTA even for that matter, they're all looking extremely good right now. Most metrics for Quant are also looking pretty damn good as people are getting a lot more interested in it than a couple months ago. And fun fact, if I go to these, okay, let me just rephrase. There have been 2 instances over the last month and a half or so. I've told you guys about these already, but there have been 2 instances where I ask a person that I just met. One time was just, we're sitting about on a terrace and I'm asking a person about crypto. I went a little bit differently, but you guys understand. And another time was the restaurant that I went to with a lot of other crypto people over in Paris with some very luxe restaurant. Scenario number 1, the girl that I asked, she only held Quant. I'm not sure if she was a big crypto holder before or anything like that, but she only held Quant as of this point, which was interesting. And the waiter in the very, very luxurious restaurant as well was not really a crypto guy, but the only thing that he held was Quant, which is very coincidental. I don't have it very often that I come up to people and I ask them, hey, what do you hold? And they said, only Quant. It happened twice. But I never get people that say they only hold one crypto anyway. So for it to be happening twice and twice for it to be Quant, that says something. I would say the reach is a lot further than it might seem from the position that they have in the market cap. But yeah, just letting you guys know that I'm accumulating these cryptos like crazy. At the end of the day, this is not financial advice. You may do as you please, but I try to buy more crypto every single day. I think that's the best decision for me myself. The reason I think that's the best is because you don't want to try and wait for the bottom. Always waiting is going to get you sick. Mostly just hurt emotionally. It is so difficult to time the exact bottom. I don't think it's worth it. Let's say I have a $500 bankroll per month. And don't think you need that. Some people have $50,000 per month to spend. Some people only have $6 per month to spend on crypto. I would just personally say, well, try to look at a realistic number to spend on crypto every segment, just sequentially. So either, let's say you buy $10 a week, for example, or you buy $100 a month and you try to just make sure that you kind of average it out so that your average price is so spread out as much as possible. I wouldn't say as low as possible because you can't know that up front, but spread out as much as possible. And time in the markets is more important than time in the markets. So the most important thing is to just get in as soon as possible. In my own opinion, not financial advice, as you'll learn a lot from being in the space as well. And honestly, that little bit of extra gains you could have had if you waited a couple of weeks, yeah, it might look really, really nice, but honestly, I'm not so sure if that's worth waiting out for because maybe, just maybe, Bitcoin or the entire crypto market won't dump anymore. It'll just keep pumping from here. And you might at that point be too late to then get into it. But yeah, that was it for today's video, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you press the like button and subscribe. And I will definitely see you guys again in another crypto video later today.